Hey guys, I'm hoping people hop on because I have not really gone live in my car before. It's kind of weird. So if you guys hop on, you've got to say hello. I have this cute little thing on. I mean, I've never really done it from Facebook before. Like I always stream. So it's kind of cool. So I don't know like how I know if people hop on. I've never done it live on Facebook before. So you guys got to tell me if you can hear me. All right. So give me a thumbs up or something because normally I'm at home. Normally I'm not in my car and I have no idea how to do this Facebook live thing. I normally stream. Michelle, can you hear me? Hey, Cynthia, can you guys hear me? I am not used to doing this from my phone at all. I'm like completely a newbie, guys. Completely a newbie, okay? Hey, can you hear me, guys? Yes. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm in my car, and I just got my hair colored. Not colored. I got it curled. I always like to get it blown out straight, but I'm sure you guys have seen it when it's super curly. But, so I wanted to do it in my car because this is an important talk and everything's crazy at my house right now, okay? So I'm in my car. I'm hoping my car does not turn off because that's what it does. It's like a 2020 and it shuts off on me if I keep it on for a long period of time. So anyway, we're gonna talk today. Well, first, I guess, I'm so not used to being in the car, guys. This is weird. And I've never really gone live like on Facebook, you know, like click live. I've always gone live like on a stream. Okay, so my name is Raven Woods. I'm the CEO and founder of Autism Mama Rocks, the IEP, and I help parents gain the knowledge and the confidence to become the CEO of their IEP meeting. Things are finally going to calm down for me. I am done writing a due process request. I literally went bat crap crazy. I'll stay away from the cuss words, but I was going nuts. It's 35 pages. So anyway, long story short, I want you guys to post a 1 below if you are new. That's first through third time. And a 2 below if you're an oldie but goodie. So a 1 below if you're new, a 2 below if you're an oldie but goodie, okay? And this month, on my birthday, July 27th, I'm going to pull everybody's name out of a hat if you share. And so if you share, make sure you click and say, hey, I shared. And I'm going to put your name in a box and you guys will win stuff. Like I said, you know, on my group, I normally give away stuff. And I gave away like $100 worth of Amazon gift cards last month. And it was cool stuff, you know? So who doesn't like Amazon, right? I do. I'm kind of addicted to Amazon. Is anybody else addicted to Amazon? All right. So this is so cool. I love this little thing. It's awesome. Okay. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Jessica, Amy, Michelle. I see Jan on here and Cynthia and Michelle and Jessica. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about COVID, which sucks. And I'm so over this stuff you don't even know. And we're going to talk about how that's going to impact you in school. Okay? So, yeah, you're addicted to Amazon. Yeah, me too. And I have to stop myself from scrolling it. So how's that going to affect you? A lot of you have messaged me, oh my God, you know, my school system has just decided they're going to do virtual learning. What am I going to do? What's going to happen to my IEP? Is there something that needs to change? Are there things that I need to sign? I want you guys to just calm down. I would be more worried about, you know, can you guys go to work? You know, if you work outside the home, that's what I'm concerned about for parents because that's got to be hard, you know, if you're a 2-parent family and you both work, or if you're a single parent and you work, that's got to be hard. So, you know, just know that I'm thinking about you guys. I was a single mother for a long time. I've now been married 10 years, but I was a single mother for a long time. My oldest is 24 and my second child is 20. So, I am old, and this July 27th, I'm getting older. But I want you guys to know that I'm thinking about you. So all you single mothers out there, all you 2-parent families, where your kids are going to be home and you are just freaking out as to what you're going to do. So I'm thinking about you. If you need anything, message me, or if you just need someone to just be a listening ear, I'm here. So with that said, the first thing I want to talk about is you need to make sure that you set up your IEP now, okay? So if you have not, put that email in like I do. I'm very adamant about it. I'm very assertive about it. And I kind of come across as no business. I'm not playing around, So they know we got to meet right now. And that's what it has to happen. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? And it's not me being mean. It's saying, hey, we got to meet now, and they have 30 days to meet with you. Now, when school's closed, obviously they don't have to. But a lot of schools are, and administrators are, because of everything that's going on. And they're kind of wanting to get ahead of the game anyway. Okay. So you got to put yourself in their shoes, the teachers and the administrators and all them. They're like, okay, please let me get this IEP out of the way because I have so many that getting some done now is a good thing for them. Okay. So don't worry about getting a no right away because you may not. Either way, say, I'm requesting an IEP meeting within the next 30 days. I understand school's going to be open at that point. I would really appreciate an IEP as soon as possible, so that we can handle my child's IEP in reference to what's going on right now. Okay. And then what you need to make sure you have, okay, a lot of people, I'm back and forth on them, but I do like getting a draft IEP. That doesn't mean you don't say to them, we're going over this together. But if you have something put together, why not? My only issue with that is how is it that the teachers and everybody else come up with the goals? Because if the present levels aren't there, if maybe they need to be evaluated, or, that's the little stipulation there of like, how are they getting those goals together? All right. I like making goals. I love making goals, actually. And I think it's important to make sure those goals switch up, and you want to make them more challenging. Don't look at this year as, oh, it's going to be a difficult year. I'm not going to push my child. I'm not going to, have them have higher goals and us have higher expectations. Okay. You want to look at it as any other year. The only thing different is placement. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm going to get to y'all's questions, I promise. Okay. So here's the thing. Some schools are doing, like here, they're doing 2 days in school. Wednesday is a cleaning day, 2 days in school. Okay. Or you can choose to do online. All right. So I'm hearing a lot of parents say, oh, I'm just going to do online because, my child going to school, I don't want to worry about that. And, or if your child has, immunity issues, and then they're going to be eating lunch in the rooms and all this kind of stuff. All right. So a lot of people are like, okay, I'm just going to do it at home. So that's fine. But the thing is you want to make sure, especially with special education, it's going to be different for them than in the general ed classroom. So if your child's in the general ed classroom, it's going to be one way. If they're in a special ed classroom, it's going to be another. Yes. And that was the next thing I was going to talk about, is online is not for everybody. And it may not work for your child. So even if you're leaning towards online because you may want that, or, it may be better for you and that sort of thing, it may not be better for them. So then we have this health. Is it going to be something I worry about, or is it going to be okay? And I send them, it's kind of this thing. So what I would say, and this is just my opinion, is if they're offering to do school, even if it's 2 days a week, 3 days a week, send them. Unless they have immunity issues where, it would be detrimental to their health. Okay. So you want to possibly do that and at least try it, because it's not like you can't change your mind and go to online learning, because most school systems it's a parent choice. So you can send your child to school or do online learning. Now, how they're doing online learning, I don't know. Each school district is going to pick and choose how they do it, and hopefully it is smooth sailing. But who knows, right? So you guys choose how you want your child to go. If you want them online, do online. If you want them at school, send them to school. The issue is going to be, how is it that they learn? So you have to make that choice. You have to make that decision. I say if the schools are opening, they go above and beyond. Typically, that's one thing I will say about schools, is they go above and beyond when it comes to safety. I mean, I know around here in Virginia, the schools close if it sleets the night before, So just make sure that, unless you have one solid good reason, send them to school, guys, especially if they're going to have trouble learning online. All right, because the whole point is for them to learn. And if it becomes unsafe, then, you change that up. But again, it's a parent choice. All right. So that's out of the way. Okay. If you have any questions, you can PM me. And make sure you guys join the group. Click notifications and join the group. So the next thing we're going to talk about is IEPs. Okay. So you want to send that email. All right. You want to schedule that meeting. All right. You want to make sure that that meeting is scheduled within the first 15 days of August. Most schools start by then. So unless your school starts the end of August or, after Labor Day, then you have all of August. We start the very beginning of August. So dependent on when you start is when you need to start emailing. And I say do it now, get it scheduled, handle it, and then be done. And you have your date. Okay? So then you want to make sure that you get a draft IEP. Say, I'd like to have a draft IEP, even though we're going to be you say this yourself, even though we're going to be going over it together and it's just a draft, I would like to have a copy so that I can at least look it over. The one thing you want to ask them is, one, how did they come up with your present levels? Or did they just copy and paste it from the IEP before? Okay, so you want to find that out, because how honestly are they going to know your child's present levels? And if they don't, and they're copying and pasting from the last IEP, then ask, okay, so write this down, guys, ask them, when are you going to change my child's present levels to be present? Okay, so because right now, if they're copying and pasting, it's from March and prior. So you want to make sure those present levels are up to date. So are they going to be adding the present levels as of 60 days into school? Are they going to be adding the present levels as to 90 days in the school? So you need to find out, when are the accurate present levels going to be put into the IEP. All right. The next thing you want to make sure is that your services, accommodations, and modifications change all of 0. Okay? 0. None. Okay? So parents are freaking out, and I'm going to tell you this straight up. Don't sign anything other than your IEP that is a normal IEP, as if they're going to school on a normal every other day. Okay? Now, you can sign things if, like, you have school teachers coming into your home and doing services. You may have to sign like a health waiver, that you're not sick or those types of things. Okay, that's totally fine. But you do not, okay, have to sign an IEP that makes it a COVID IEP. Okay? There's no such thing. So IEP is an IEP is an IEP. All right. Now, they want to add amendments. They want to change it because it's going to be more convenient. They're not going to have to be reliant on being accountable. And they're going to have it easier, which who doesn't? But that's not in the positive for our kids, okay? So you want to make sure that the only thing that you sign is your IEP that you 100% agree with. There's no need to sign a COVID amendment, and I don't care what other people are saying, because bottom line, whatever's in your IEP as of right now is what is there, and they have to adhere to it. If school is in session and they give parents choice of home or virtual, the only thing that should be different, according to OSEP and according to all the federal mandates, is placement. You're either home or at school. That's it. But you do not have to change your IEP placement because you're at home. Because this is a national pandemic. This isn't you all of a sudden withdrawing your child from school and homeschooling. Now, if you're doing that, or if your child is homebound, then that's a little bit different, okay? You can PM me and we'll talk about that. That's totally separate. But if your child just has a typical IEP, I don't suggest you sign anything other than a normal IEP, okay? Don't let them talk you into signing an amendment for X, Y, and Z, or coerce you into signing something because if you don't sign it, this is going to happen. Nothing's going to happen, okay? Nothing. And if they say that, if you don't sign it, this is going to happen, say this. Say when. When is it going to happen? Tell me when. Okay? Because there's no such thing as this is going to happen if you don't sign it. There's no punishment for you. Okay? So, and there's no punishment for your child. So it's either you have the IEP that you have now, or you sign something to up goals. Okay? Or up your services, or remove services if your child has mastered whatever it is that they need to master in reference to their services, accommodations, and modifications. So it's like any other year, okay? The only difference is we're all freaking out of this different change, and we're hearing all these things that are inaccurate, okay? So it's literally, your kid may go to school Monday and Tuesday and Thursday and Friday, or it may be whatever your area is. It may be Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday you're at home. However it is, okay, or I know some places are solely, like Maryland, I think they're solely virtual. So whatever it is, keep your IEP as is, all right? And just get an IEP meeting so that you can start it going and having high goals and new present levels. And if you need more services because of COVID, this is the time to do that. If you guys haven't purchased my services, accommodations, and modifications course for under $50, you've got to get it, because I did that purposely for this purpose of COVID and everything that's going on. And, you know, everybody said, we want that, we want that, we want that, because there's nothing better than having the right services, accommodations, and modifications for your child. And it's a lot more than Googling what OT is, or Googling that you can have speech, or Googling that you can have, you know, physical therapy or whatever. Do you guys realize in my course, I have over 200 therapies, OT, speech, behavior, everything, all there for you. Because there's so much more than OT, PT, speech, dance, music therapy, you know? There's umpteen million behavior therapies and so many different things. So if you want the course, it's the Services, Accommodations, and Modifications mini course. Let me know. I will post the link below when I get off, unless one of my oldies but goodies want to post it for me. But I want you guys to get that, because you won't be sorry. If you are, call me. I will own it, but I've got nothing but raves so far, so so good. So I want you to send an email. Do it tonight, okay? Request that IEP. If you need somebody to go over your IEP, hire an advocate. You can get me to go over your IEP or anybody else that is, make sure that they're good at going over IEPs, make sure that they're good at creating goals, and make sure that they're going to be good at figuring out, okay, how should I tweak that goal to make it a virtual experience, okay? So make sure whoever you hire, whether that is somebody else or me, make sure that they understand how to write goals, okay? That's all I ask of you, is they've got to know how to write goals. And you need to ask them, test their knowledge, okay? So if you hire an advocate somewhere else, make sure you test their knowledge. How do you write goals? What do your goals look like? You know, you guys hear me talk about goals and data all the time. So make sure that person knows their stuff when it comes to goals, data, services, accommodations, modifications, all the important stuff in your IEP, along with all the verbiage, right? And so that's important to know, all right? So send your email tonight. Make sure that you're saying, I am requesting an IEP meeting within the next 30 days. I look forward to hearing back from you, okay? Good. One my area, I could not get an advocate whatsoever on my county. Oh, okay. Do you understand those things? If so, I'm in good hands. Cynthia. What do you do if they don't put your concerns in the parent concern section of the IEP? Well, I would definitely, if you are a one-party state, you need to make sure you get Otter AI. It's OTTER.ai. It's an app, and you literally press record. It records the whole meeting and transcribes it for you. So you actually can print out and email yourself a whole transcription of the whole meeting. And you want to make sure that if they don't put present levels, all these things in your IEP, then you need to make a state complaint. If you've never done that before, I can assist you in doing that. Once you know how to do it one time, it's kind of a no-brainer. The biggest thing, though, is how you word what you have to say, okay? It's not just simply, oh, so-and-so didn't do this. You cannot do that. Here's my 5-page request for due process that I just wrote. And in all of it, like, look, you can see here, I quote law. All right, so you can kind of see it. My car is like all weird. So in everything, if I say, IDEA says that you can do this, 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 and this, I state the statute in Virginia and I state what it says in IDEA. So I do both. All right. So you need to make sure that when you write, like you can see here, that when you write for anything like a due process or a mediation or whatever, you want to make sure that you always know your state statute and laws and IDEA. Okay. You need to know that stuff by the back of your hand. All right. And, I've had to learn other state laws, which is super interesting to me. So they're not that different, but they're a little bit different. And just like some states that I don't like this happening, I'm going to totally, work on this, is there's 5 states that require you to sign an IEP. And you still have rights and all that kind of stuff, but there's 5 states that require you to sign it. Or not sign it. I apologize. Not sign it. And that is just a bunch of BS. Get the hell out of that state. Because that is not cool. But I mean, it's kind of like you just automatically have to go to due process or mediation. It's crazy. So, yeah. So get out of those states. And a lot of people move because they have special needs children. So, I mean, that's kind of something you got to keep in mind as well. But you always want to have that control of having to sign your IEP because you, the parent, approve of it. And if you don't, you have the control to say, I'm not signing it. And the school district has to work with you at that point because they cannot just have an IEP just hanging out. And if so, then they can get in trouble for that. But they also can't, hold a gun to your head and say, sign the IEP, So it's one of those things where you both have to, kind of come together. So make sure you schedule your meeting, okay? Once you schedule your meeting, then we got to get to your draft IEP if you have one. Make sure you ask in the email that you send, hopefully tonight. You'll have to post below if you send these emails today, okay? Make sure that you say, where are my present levels coming from? Since my child's been home for the past 6 months, where are they going to come from? Are you going to use the ones from last year? Which is fine. It's been that long that the kids have been out of school. If they want to use the ones from last year, that's fine, okay? Don't even argue that. Not worth the fight. But what you do want to know after you ask that, where are you getting the present levels from? Are you copying and pasting it? Are you going to just pull them out of your butt? You just want to find out where they're coming from. Once you know where they're coming from, more than likely they'll be copied and pasted. And once you know where they're coming from, what you want to say is, how long are they going to be there? Because I do not want them there all year. Okay? So you want to know in 60 days, 90 days, I wouldn't let it pass 90 days. When are you going to put the new present levels into the IEP? All right? Here's the other thing. If your child has not had an evaluation, a reevaluation, and it's been over a year, stick that in your email. If you don't know what to ask for, PM me. But the top things to ask for is a psychoeducational, speech, OT, PT, all right? Those are kind of your top ones, and an FBA, all right? So speech, OT, and PT, no brainer. You guys know what that is. A psychoeducational is like a psychological plus the educational piece, the better one. And then an FBA is a functional behavior assessment. And that's the one that you need if you need a BIP created because your child has behavior issues. And that doesn't need to be crazy issues where it's severity of behavior. That can be simple issues, all right, that your child may have, that maybe just getting up and down out of their seat. That's it. He doesn't or she doesn't go touch other people. They don't bother anything. They don't escape. It's just getting up and down out of their seat because they can't sit. That's a behavior. So it can be something that can be put into either an accommodation, which is fine, or it can be put into a BIP. All right. Now, if behaviors get more severe, then you want a BIP and you want a de-escalation plan in your BIP. All right. So if your child has escape in their behaviors, and escape isn't they're running away from you. Escape is sometimes they're escaping the work. Okay. So whenever I say escape, when it comes to behavior, people are like, oh, where are they running to? Oh my gosh, And yes, some children are runners, but escape in the BIP and behavioral world language is in any way escape. All right. So you could be escaping doing your math homework. Okay. So, but you could be escaping by running out of the room. All right. So same thing. So dependent on what your child's behavior is, you can kind of weigh your pros and cons as to if you need a BIP and have an FBA before you do a BIP, or if you just want to put it into accommodations. All right. The BIP is more of a security blanket, where accommodations is a good thing as well. So you could actually have both. The BIP always has what's called a de-escalation plan, or if yours doesn't, you better get one. Because what it is it tells the school, okay, if my child does this, this is what you do. Okay? Or if my child does that, then this is what you do. Okay? So that's important when it comes to behavior, where an accommodation can't do that. It more can provide something for your child as a support. Okay. So it could be the school system, and they have to do it, don't ever provide, have them buy your child a beanbag chair, okay? That comes out of their budget, all right? So have them buy your child a beanbag chair that is put into maybe a corner or a quiet spot, and that when they get up and down from their seat in the gen ed classroom, if they're in the gen ed, or it can be in the special ed classroom, then they can choose to go sit on their beanbag chair if they need to desensitize. Sensory is crazy, and they need to go and calm, all right? So it's important to, I see all these posts and I can't, okay. Jessica says, not sure if it's your end, but having issues with this live video on my end. Can you guys see me okay? Is everything good? Let me know. Good? Okay. So you can hear me, you can see me. Yeah. Hey, Tara. Hey, Grace. Okay, good. Awesome, guys. Thank you. All right. So I'm sorry if some of you can't see or whatever. All right. So we talked about behavior, and we talked about what you need to put in your email. Again, that is, hi, how are you? I'm requesting an IEP meeting to be had in the next 30 days. Please advise of 4 to 5 dates and times that we can choose from. Okay? And then if your child has not had a reevaluation in over a year, so if it's been 12 months and 2 days, ask for a reevaluation. Your kid's been home for 6 months. Either way, you need to be asking for a reevaluation every year. And that's a must, okay? Screw that triennial stuff. Think about how much your child changes in 3 years. No. Every year, request a reevaluation. In every state, all 50, by law, you can ask for a reevaluation every year. It has to be over a year, so make sure it's a year and 2 days, but make sure that you ask for a reevaluation every year. So you want to ask in your email for a psychoeducational, you want to ask for speech OT, PT, whatever it is that your child needs, or already has, but you need a reevaluation. And if there's behavior issues, then you want to ask for an FBA. And when you ask for an FBA, you need to make sure that it's done by a BCBA. Okay? So that is a board certified behavior analyst. All right. Okay. Okay, good. Good. I'm glad. So we got Emmett on here, and Michelle can hear me, and Kim had problems, but she's good to go. Hey, Christina. Marina, hello. Guys, make sure you post a 1 below if you're new. Post a 2 below if you're an oldie but goodie. And make sure you share and then post share below. And I'm going to put your name in a hat and you're going to win something on my birthday. I'm going to go live on my birthday and I'm going to say who it is. And I'm going to pick 3 people to win. All right. You never know. Don't be like, oh, 3 people, I'm never going to win. Don't say that. You never know. We have Jessica and Steph and Michelle that are new. Welcome. So if you're new and you're not part of the group, make sure you put in the search bar Autism Mama Rocks, the IEP group, and come join the group. You will love it. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Kim. Awesome. All right. So now you know what to put in for your email. You know what to put in for your request. And so you put in the email for your IEP and you say, I am requesting a reevaluation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever they are. All right. And then you wait. And if you haven't heard back from them within a week, then you email again and you forward the email that you already sent today, if you do that today. And just make sure that you are on top of it. All right. There's nothing wrong with being quite assertive. All right. Sometimes that's what you have to do to get the things that you need for your child. And you want to make sure that that is done however it is that you go about it. All right. And unfortunately, I'm not saying this is a good thing. Unfortunately, you are not going to get there by being friends. Okay. Gwen says 1 to 2, been a long time since I've been able to watch. Oh, well, welcome back. That's awesome. Thank you, Steph. Thank you. And Michelle. Awesome, awesome. And Amy. Yes, share. And I'll put your names in a basket, I promise. And I'm going to call the names out on my birthday. I'm not going to tell you how old I'm going to be. You guys can guess how old I'm going to be, but I'm not going to tell you. How old do you think I am? All right. I'll give you a hint. Well, that doesn't really matter, actually. But I have a 24-year-old who's a teacher. I have a 20-year-old who is in the military. And then I have Sky, who's going to be 15. So you can guess. All right, guys. So are you guys feeling a little bit better? Are you feeling maybe on the seesaw of what do I do? If that's the option, that you can choose to be home or you can choose to send them to school. Don't stress yourself out about it, you know? One thing I always tell people is leaders make decisions, right or wrong, they make them. All right. And the better thing about this is once you make it, you can retract it if you need to. So put a date on it. 3 days. In 3 days, whatever it is that I write down on this piece of paper is what's happening. All right. So in 3 days, you make a decision. I don't care what it is. Make the decision. Once you make it, follow it through for at least, unless something's, obviously a safety or whatever, but follow it through for at least 30 days. Give it a chance and then retract it if it didn't work out. And that's either way you go. So it's going to be okay. All right. But your main thing, all right, is getting the IEP meeting set up, getting your IEP rock solid, because I don't care if you're going to school in a lunchbox. That IEP needs to be solid at all times. Solid goals, solid present levels, solid accommodations, modifications, and services. Okay? And everything else is easy. All right? So make sure, hi Jessica, make sure that you are clear on that. All right. Like I said, over on my group last night, we did a Q&A. Was it last night? No, the night before last. Tuesday nights, I do Q&As on my group for about an hour and a half. So they get kind of that love from me when it comes to that. They didn't do his IEP in pre-K, so we are behind on the whole getting an IEP established. That's okay. You don't really want them to do an IEP in pre-K. You'd rather them do it in kindergarten. So that's a good thing. All right. So don't worry about that. Well, message me, Jessica. We'll talk. Okay. I'm working with another mom right now whose son is going into kindergarten. And I think we just spoke the other day with the director of special ed who had a meeting with just us. And I think we're going to have everything pretty darn straight. And we actually refused the IEP meeting that the preschool kept saying we had to have. They even stuck a lawyer on me because of how I came at them. And bring it on. I said, we're not signing it. We're moving on to the school. Have a good day. But yeah, they want you to solidify things, and you don't have to do that. You don't have to get all into that hype of what they try to push you to do. If they're trying to push you to do something, that's when you don't want to do it. Okay? So know that. That is rule number 1. I have a lot of rule number 1s. But that's rule number 1. If they're pushing you, you got to do this. You don't have a lot of time. We'll give you a week. You got to do this. We got to get this done, because if you don't, then you're not going to get this. That's how they get you. Okay? All right. Jessica says, thank you. I will drop a message. Yes, definitely do that. And Christina says, I have a win. My son's teacher told me that she was so impressed with how I handled myself and advocated for my son. It's not letting me push it. Okay, there we go. In the IEP meeting, she said she was very amazed at every meeting at how informed I was about what the school had to do and what my son was allowed. She loved coming to my meetings because she loved seeing me in action. Best compliment I ever got. That's because of you. So thank you, Raven. I wish I could be where I wouldn't be where I am without you. Aw, thank you. That is so sweet. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy for you. It reminds me of Jessica, where she's a teacher and she does have a job, but she posted where they told her that she was so awesome and she knew so much and she was getting ready to get the job at this school. And then she said, yeah, I've learned everything from, Raven Woods. She's an advocate, and they didn't hire her. And she was like, oh, well, no big deal. And she got a better job. So I thought that was really cool because she knew what she knew, because I'm glad you guys get something, from it. All right. So thank you so much. I appreciate that, Christina. Dorothy says, you always give kick-ass info. Jessica, I'm so worried about, okay, I read that one. They didn't do his IEP. Okay. I am in Virginia, Wendy. Jessica says she's in West Virginia. Thank you. I'll drop a message. Okay. All right, cool. All right, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. And guys, if you want the services, accommodations, and modifications course, let me know. Shoot, Christina's took my big course. That's called Rock the IEP. It's the whole freaking enchilada from start to finish, and you should know your stuff like Christina does when you get out of the course. So message me if that's something you're interested in. I definitely want parents to become more aware and knowing what they're doing and feeling really secure in who they are and what they're doing for their child, because that is the best feeling ever. And don't be intimidated by the school system and how they come at you. Thank you. All right, guys. So post a 1 below, even if you're catching the replay. If you are new, that's your first through third time. Post a 2 below if you're an oldie but goodie. Share this, and even if I'm not on, you can still share it. And I will make sure you post share below, and I promise that I will put you into the basket for the gifts that I'm giving out on my birthday, which is the 27th. Stephanie says, public school in California, excited from his IEP, and I was caught clueless and was caught off guard, but they then got into a charter school. Okay, good. And Christina says, do them both. Yeah, I love the courses. I mean, I worked my butt off. But yeah, the big course took me 7.5 months to create because I did everything other than the back end, the computer stuff. And my mini course, I did everything as well, except the computer stuff. So I don't do it any other way. I do it myself. You get the raw. But yeah, guys, so message me if you need anything. I'm pretty busy with the clients I have now, but in about a week and a half, so if you want to book your spot now, I'm going to do IEP makeovers. I'm going to go over drafts. I'm going to create goals, those types of things. And I'm still going to IEP meetings with clients. So if that's stuff you want to book up, now is the time to do it so that it's on the calendar. Okay. Because once I'm booked, and then I'm crazy. So if you want to get on the calendar, you can set up a discovery call with me. Just PM me. I got to set up my calendar again. I haven't done it since COVID. Sorry. So PM me and we'll set up a discovery call, and we'll talk about your needs and what's going on, and we'll go from there. Okay. So I will talk to you guys soon. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your evening, or those of you in California, it's kind of still early evening. And we'll talk soon. So I'm going to go live again tomorrow, earlier in the day. I'm not sure if I'm going to go live here or if I'm going to go live on the group. My gut is telling me I'm going to be going live on the group. So again, if you are new and you have not joined the group, that is Autism Mama Rocks the IEP group. So you'll just put that in the search bar. Okay. So have a wonderful evening, guys. Remember, send the email tonight. Hi, and send it to your whole team. All right. Hi, I'm requesting an IEP meeting to be scheduled in the next 30 days. And I'm also requesting a reevaluation. I'd like a psychoeducational, OT, PT, speech, FBA, whatever it is that you need. Thank you so much. I look forward to hearing back from you. Have a good day. All right. That's it. After 5 days pass, you forward that email again saying, hey, I'm following up. I messaged you on, 7/16. I'd like to, hear back from you in regards to my records, or not my records, my evaluation request. And I'd like to get a consent form sent to me, and also 4 to 5 dates sent to me in regards to the IEP and the IEP meeting. Thank you so much. All right. So that's what you're going to do first. And then we're going to get on to the drafts, and we can edit them and we can get them all good to go for you. And that's going to take a lot off your chest, is getting them rock solid for now. I mean, people are, thinking, oh, I don't have to really worry about that right now. Now more than ever, because things aren't the norm. So you want to get your IEPs rock solid going into this next year, however it is that may look, because it's going to put you in one hell of a position come the following year. And that is the goal, okay, is to get your IEP so rock solid that nothing else can happen but good the next IEP meeting. You change the goals, you change the present levels, and you go about your day, okay? So it makes things a lot easier. All right. So message me if you need to. We'll set up a discovery call. Grab the courses, the Whole Enchiladas Rock the IEP, or the Services, Accommodations, and Modifications course. And I may throw a little goodie in there. I'm not sure when I post it. The last time I gave out the courses, I gave out, $150 5 laws on top of it. But we'll see. Okay. So I will talk to you guys soon. Again, message me if you need anything. I know people are freaking out. I got you. And hopefully you guys have a good evening. I'll talk to you soon.